Hey guys, welcome to Prince of Peace Tarot. I'm Justin, and today I'll be doing an ancestor messages reading for those of you with Sagittarius placements in your chart. So if you have Sagittarius anywhere within your chart, this reading could resonate. And if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. Okay guys, so before I jump into your spread, let's say a prayer. I praise the creator of all, supreme, omnipotent, and in all things. I praise all of the high and virtuous spirits who have walked the way of eternal light and love. I praise all of our ancestors from Mother Africa, who is the mother of the entire human race. I praise all of the spirits who died during slavery and the Middle Passage around the world, here in the United States, during Jim Crow, and today. Great Spirit family, since you are free of body and form, we know that you now have greater wisdom and greater power. We ask that you hear the call of your child and come protect us. Use your greater power and influence to help us solve our problems of money, health, family trouble, and racism. We ask that you somehow give us a sign that you are pleased with your children and that you are receiving our worship. Benevolent ancestors, open the gates of wealth to our people and guide us in the wisest and most effective ways to help all of Earth's children live harmoniously. Help us to remember we are part of the whole, part of God, part of each other. Ashe, ashe, ashe. All right, guys, let's get into this ancestor message reading, okay? So I have pulled some oracle cards. Your ancestors wanted me to use the Threads of Fate oracle deck, so I pulled 3 cards for you. And then I have your ancestor messages with their clarifiers out here in the spread. So let's start with the broader messages from your ancestors. The one thing that I do see at the top and bottom of the deck, you have fate, okay? And then you have creator. And they're letting you know that you do play a part in creating your own fate. In the spread, you have the void. And I'm going to read this card for you when we get there. But I do feel like some of you, I don't know if you feel, just because what you're starting isn't, I've said this before, playing all the way out or coming into fruition the way you think it should, like now, doesn't mean that that's the wrong thing to do. And that right now, you, in this void, you are being honest with the choices that you're making. Okay, trying to stick with what you feel led to, even though you don't see a particular result, right? But you will, there is something that's coming from that. And the void could be making you feel like you have no power or agency in what you're creating in your life. And they want to remind you that you do, you're just in the void. That's all I want to say with that. But I do want to read fate, just so you can see what they're trying to say. Give me one sec, y'all. Fate, fate, fate. Fate is on page fate 96. Give me a second. Fate says, it says this card is a reminder that you create your fate. While some lessons and experiences are inescapable, all right? Which, like the void, is that inescapable place or anything that we've dealt with in the past, right? So it says, while some lessons and experiences are inescapable, we have free will and choice within the life we are given. This does not always equal fairness, as we do not all start life from the same footing. Nonetheless, each choice we make matters. From this place, we can approach the creation of our life in an empowered way. So the choices we make can change the direction of our life, no matter if we had had it easy or had it hard. Our choices are creating our future. So don't make choices out of anger or sadness or whatever it is in the past that's bugging you, is what they're trying to let you know. Just because you had it hard or didn't like it in the past doesn't mean like your new choices aren't sending you somewhere better. Okay, you can have better, because everything has to balance out. I actually see that in your spread. Things will balance out, but you got to make the right choices, because you are creating too. It's not just everything happening to me, even though I know it feels like that. So your first card from the Threads of Fate that your ancestors want you to know is, excuse me guys, because I had the page numbers written down. I don't know what I did with the book. Oh, here we go. All right. So the first card is Ask Body. Okay? Ask Body. All right, let me get this for you. Give me 1 sec. Ask Body. Ask Body says, in spiritual work, the body is often overlooked. There is a tendency to go higher rather than go deeper. This card encourages you to enter into dialogue with your body. Our physical body holds all of our experiences, our heart, mind, and spirit. It also has inherited significant experiences and traumas that have been passed on in our lineage. To dialogue with the body is to get to the root of the matter, where our minds can only guess. So this is big. One thing that some of you could be doing is trying to spiritually elevate outside of habits and tendencies rather than analyze and look at them a little deeper. I'm gonna tell you this, in this spread, you have an ancestor coming out that's like a trickster, or an ancestor who like knows loopholes or life hacks. I see it all in the spread. So rather than, what am I trying to say? They can help you get over particular things before you try to elevate from them. So like, it's like, you know, using like a backdoor kind of thing where we don't have a fix for it. So we need a workaround, right? This is an ancestor that will show you, give you workarounds to certain issues in your life, or like habits or personality things that are in your lineage. Just like Ask Body said, I'll help you find a workaround with this problem so that you can analyze the problem before you spiritually elevate from it. All right. So trust this ancestor when it's trying to show you these life hacks, loopholes, workarounds, so that you have time to actually analyze yourself. Okay. So yeah. So remember that with Ask Body, they're asking you to look a little deeper instead of trying to go higher and just leave it all be. Right. There's a lesson there, wisdom, experience. So your second card is Dare to Dream. Dare to Dream. All right. Give me a sec. Dare to Dream. It's 42. Dare to Dream says, no dream is too big for you. This card is an invitation to step wildly into your dreams, to visit them often, to ask them what they need from you, despite what your current circumstances are, and no matter how far away you feel from your dreams. Spirit is telling you otherwise. We often neglect our dreams because we don't know how to attain them, but the process of going after them is a collaboration with the universe. If you show up for them, they will show up for you too. Okay? If you show up for them, they'll show up for you too. And see, that's the thing. That's what the Void was telling you, and you know, Fate and Creator. You know, make the right choices. Just because you think something's not happening doesn't mean it won't. All right? See, so here, look. The animal that goes along with this card is the eagle. The eagle's sight is by far the strongest of its senses. In fact, it has the best sight in the animal kingdom. It is said to be able to spot a rabbit from over a mile away. In that aspect of your, excuse me. Sorry, guys. It says, in the aspect of our personal dreams, the eagle can be an ally for visualizing that which feels far away. A huge part of attaining what we desire is the ability to visualize it. Continue to use your imagination while showing up for what is right in front of you, even if you can't see how they connect. Okay, so that's eagle energy. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening. It could be in the distance, but there are clues or something that's letting you know, don't give up on this, okay? Next, your third card from your ancestors is the Void. All right, let me get the Void for you. The Void. It says, the Void. The Void can be deeply uncomfortable. It is nothing and emptiness. that penetrates all aspects of self. We may feel blank. What we were once passionate about feels cold to us. We may not be able to see or sense anything, which is why we got this ego energy, so we can look a little further, right? So we may not be able to see or sense anything about where we are going next. We may enter a void after all that we have known. It says we may enter a void after all that we have known is not what we thought it was. It may feel like disbelief. It may feel like you don't have any faith. It may feel like you don't know what is real and what is not. This is the part we must surrender to. This may also indicate a time where you are questioning everything you believe in, spiritual beliefs, or questioning your significance in the world. When you are in the void, you may have an instinct to fill the empty space. Because we can get uncomfortable here, we may miss some of the lessons. We are taught to constantly push forward. The void teaches us to be still and okay with uncertainty. Trying to escape the space ensures we stay here or return sooner than we would like. You may have an instinct to fill the emptiness, but remind yourself that emptiness is a prayer. Ooh. So, guys, this is why this particular ancestor is here, because of the uncomfortableness of the void, because of the choices we might mistakenly make. Here comes this ancestor. I like this ancestor a lot. All right, so give me a second. Make sure I haven't missed anything from the void. I hope you all got all the messages you needed from those 3 cards. So let's start. All right, your first card. It says, the general message from your maternal line regarding who you are and how you live. You have the Knight of Wands, okay? Excuse me, let me move this over. You have the Knight of Wands, and then you have the Devil in reverse. Who you are and how you live, okay? It's a couple things. It's a couple messages with this. You could be riding forward in life, hanging on to some old patterns, right? And they want you to release it. That's one thing. But another thing that is here is that bravery, that boldness, even a sense of humor, all right? You need to have a sense of humor at this time. The other thing is you have the ability to spot opportunities, all right? Now, remember what these cards were saying, like Ask Body was saying, you know, before you go higher, look at those traits or the things you were born into, you know, traits from your lineage. That's the devil. The devil are those chains of ancestry, those things that just keep going on and on and on. So what they're saying is there's an opportunity there. Some things that you may consider a weakness can become an opportunity or a struggle, right? So if there's something that you've been working on for a long time, this could be your message, this could be your product, this could be something that you've overcome. The Knight of Wands has this uncanny ability to spot things that people don't see at all. You may even be able to find those things in other people, okay? The things that are bothering certain people, you could pinpoint problems, fix them, or come up with solutions for people in whatever way you see fit, okay? Don't let my interpretations limit your ability to create whatever it is you're doing, you know, because this could be, I spotted a problem and I made a technological advance with it, or I spotted an emotional problem and I come up with a solution, or a health problem, or whatever you're good at. You can spot things that people miss, and these things you spot are opportunities. They want you to capitalize on your opportunities, okay? This is a gift that you have, but this is also, you know, what's going on around you. They want you to be able to spot opportunities. But at the same time, don't be held back by the things that can be considered weaknesses, right? Try not to be held back. When you find an opportunity, just go for it. Go for that opportunity. Don't be afraid, all right? That is what your maternal line has to say about what's going on around you and how you're living right now. So for your paternal line, regarding how you live and who you are, you have Strength in reverse and Oya or Yansai. All right. So you guys are doing away with certain weaknesses, right? Okay. Some things, like I told you, before you ride off and go away, you got to check those things. You got to analyze those things. Some of them can be turned into opportunities, but others have to go completely away. All right. this, I believe, the weakness is anger, okay? Uncontrolled anger, uncontrolled sexual urges, uncontrolled passion, right? And I guess that could be a personality or a character flaw, but either way it goes, that has to change. So this is what they're saying. And I think they see you actively trying to be aware of this, because to have Woyai here, either they're saying you're really trying to change this or that it really needs to be changed, okay? All right, so in your third position, this is what your ancestors in your maternal line want from you, okay? In your third position, you have the Hangman and the Tower. Hangman and the Tower. So we got two messages here that I'm seeing. Hangman and Tower, they want you to heed their warnings, all right? With the Hangman, you could be seeing warnings in your dreams. I've been telling you guys a lot. You've been getting the Moon a lot in readings, High Priestess a lot. So this is being aware of dangers. They're not showing you these things in your dreams for no reason, all right? Or they're not intuitively, making you feel a certain way for no reason. Pay attention. If you are a reader and you get a certain message in a reading, pay attention to that message, okay? You would think it meant nothing, like that energy isn't around me, and it actually is, and I'll tell you a story later on, but man, so they want you to heed the warnings that they show you. Another thing that they want you to do that I could see coming up in your fourth position, what is this? What are they asking you? What they want from you? To sacrifice illusions and facades, okay? So this could be people who are really fake, or any kind of facade or illusion you've created for yourself based off of calamities or traumas in the past. See, all of this looks very traumatic, right? And then the Village coincides with the Tower, okay? So because of those things, you've built up this new facade of yourself, because I don't want to feel those things. I'm not my past, right? And it's making you be a little maybe fake, or it's not just being fake, but not being real with yourself about a particular thing. This is another reason why we got Ask Body here, because I'll tell you this, trying to be more spiritual than material would be building up a tower, because you are material and you are spiritual. So in this way, let's sacrifice the false image of ourselves we're trying to make to overcome whatever this was in the past, okay? All right, just have some sort of balance, and that is actually in your fourth spot. So here, let's get to it. It says what your ancestors in your paternal line want from you. What those ancestors want in your paternal line is the Ace of Cups and the Guardian, all right? The Guardian, this is a guardian angel, that's temperance energy. Ace of Cups is a new beginning. There's a lot of protection here. What they want you to do is balance out your past and present. Right now, there could be situations that are happening in your life that are triggering old things that you have forgotten about or have tried to keep tucked away, like that could have occurred in your childhood. People could be triggering you, and then like, I'm reacting from an old place, right? So, and this is another reason why you're here in the void, because, those things are still coming up. But they want to let you know that there's a new beginning, and your new beginning is protected, right? But you gotta balance out your past and your present, who you are, how you behave, what you believe. There's a new beginning here, all right? Don't worry. Nothing's gonna be taken from you. You don't have to, go back to the past and stay in the past. I actually even see that in your fifth position. You don't gotta stay in the past at all. There's something new, some emotional fulfillment that's gonna happen. And I'm trying to tell you, there's protection over you, a lot. I even see that at the bottom of the deck, if I could find it, of the Orisha, of your clarifying cards, you have the Holy Spirit. You are definitely protected. So allow a new beginning to be ushered into your life. This is what they want from you. This is what your paternal line wants. They want you to allow a new beginning to come in by balancing out your life. Try to find more balance. But that's also, looking at your past. all right, and reconciling that and being okay and moving forward into the future. In your fifth position, this is the gifts that I've inherited from my maternal line that I am underutilizing. Okay, the gifts that, hold on guys. Sorry about that. The gifts that you are inheriting from your maternal line that you are underutilizing are the 5 of Cups and the element of air. The gift is a high intellect. Man, do y'all still hear that horn? I'm sorry about that, y'all. You have a high intellect. Your intellect is strong enough to overcome emotional hurts and pains or depression. You are quick enough, clever enough, smart enough to overcome these things, okay? So you need to start utilizing your mind more, becoming a little more rational and less emotional, all right? Balancing that out. You know, don't get lost in this. They're saying that you get lost, depressed on old things, cups that have spilled and we can't pick them up and do nothing about it. You're looking at stuff that already happened, things we can't do nothing about. See, when you look at these, you miss these 2 behind you. Time to move forward, okay? All right, so use the gift that you've inherited of the intellect, all right, from your maternal line. The gift that you've inherited from your paternal line that you are underutilizing is the 7 of Swords and the 4 of Pentacles. Now, this is where we're getting closer to who is, you know, coming through. 7 of Swords, 4 of Pentacles. There are loopholes, but you can't cut corners, all right? You can't, and you might say, well, isn't a loophole cutting a corner? It's not necessarily, right? You got to know when you can use a loophole and just go ahead and do it. Like cutting corners is trying not to do the work. A loophole is not trying not to do the work. It's just, oh, I didn't know that there was an easier way right here, all right? So this here is thinking that you can get away or go back to the past, okay? You can't get away with that. Another thing that, excuse me, this is your 6th position. Another thing that you've inherited from your paternal line is a gift to strategize. This is strategy with 7 of Swords, strategizing a way to get to the top. Now, the only way you fall down is if you go back to doing things from the past. If you don't understand the lessons that you've learned from Saturn. All those lessons from Saturn, remember those lessons. And that will help you strategize in the future. All right. So there is this energy of strategy, all right, in order to not be taken down. This is what I meant earlier when I was saying life hacks. Okay. This ancestor, all right, possibly from your, this is the 6th position, from your paternal line, knows how to life hack, knows how to strategize. All right. Okay. So, and with that, guys, like, this could be anything. Like I've mentioned before, I noticed that, you know, I told you guys I have ADD, ADHD that could, you know, induce a lot of depression. It could induce anxiety, but I realized that vegetables are my best friend, right? Like I don't have to feel any kind of way about the space I'm in, whether I'm in the void or not. All I got to do is, you know, chop up some kale, some green pepper, saute it, eat it, and I don't feel any of that. That's not my issue anymore. I get to wake up with a better feeling, go to bed feeling better. Oh my God, I just had a bunch of vegetables the other day, went to the gym. So much oxygen was in my body. I didn't even realize why I was feeling so sluggish at the gym was because I hadn't been eating vegetables, okay? These are the little hacks, the normal things that we should be doing that we don't do, all right? So this is that kind of energy. It's like, how can we, if we're in the void, and we need to feel like we're making progress, I'll help you find those ways to make progress. Those little ways that will help you go to the top, okay? That's what that ancestor is doing. So we are on card 7, okay? 7 says, the ancestor most eager to connect and work with you at this time. All right, so we have the 2 of Pentacles and the 9 of Air, which could be like the 9 of Swords. All right, this again, trickster. This person has a good sense of humor. There's a couple things that I want to say about this ancestor that is eager to work with you. This ancestor knows how to stay balanced when things are rough. You know, when they have anxiety, when they had depression, when things around them, when people around them were trying to shoot them down and they had to balance out life, they did it perfectly because this came in the upright, right? This person also had a good sense of humor, right? Some people, this person knew when they could sense their environment. See, this bird might not know that, but your ancestor knew when they were in a negative environment, and they knew how to change. They knew what to do, like what's the next step. They knew when to take a gamble. Some people could have been upset with this ancestor. Some of them may have thought this person was two-faced, or they couldn't trust them. But I felt like this ancestor, when they changed up or did whatever they did to be different, they did it for their own survival. So this is an ancestor who could survive and thrive because they took calculated risks, okay? And made smart gambles, all right? Whoever this ancestor is, I could feel people were jealous of this ancestor. They called this ancestor fake. This ancestor wasn't fake. This ancestor knew how to move with cycles. This ancestor understood cycles, knew how to move with them, and was able to maintain balance. All right? So this is the type of ancestor that is willing to work with you, whether you are aware of who I'm talking about or not, definitely. And they want you to be able to have those same qualities and traits, okay? To be able to adjust, to be agile, to shapeshift a little bit if you have to. Okay, we are on your 8th position. It says my relationship with this ancestor. And we have the 9 of Wands in the reverse and the 6 of Water or 6 of Cups. This is good. So this ancestor will have you one step ahead all of the time. Whoever your enemies are or your adversaries, because earlier in your 3rd position, they said they want you to heed their warnings, right? So you could possibly let your guard down because you already know. See how relaxed she is? There's nothing I'm worried about. I don't have a care in the world. I've already addressed everything. This is forewarning and foreseeing when you have the 9 of Wands. In the reverse, it's saying like you didn't heed those warnings, but here I know you have. This is the purpose of it. You are going to see everything that someone else is going to do. You don't have to be paranoid. You can relax here. You can relax. Every little thing that's still coming up, because here, look, you have angel number 99 with the 9 of Air and the 9 of Wands. So if I'm still finishing up karmic cycles and I have to be sort of like watching my back because I have an awareness of those things, but, you know, doesn't mean that they're going to stop. Well, I'm aware. I am aware, so that means I can relax, right? This ancestor, because they're always one step ahead, they're never worried about what the next person is doing. They're not worried, okay? And this is what this relationship with this ancestor will allow you to do, to relax. And that's really what happened with me just the other day. I put down a reading for myself. Funny thing is, and this is a good thing about like keeping readings, you know, sometimes you feel like things don't resonate with you. You go back and then it's like, okay, yeah, this finally happened. They were showing me about deception that I eventually had to address with someone. And if I didn't address this, this would have gotten worse later on. But now that I'm aware of it, I could relax. And that night, after addressing it, they sent me a dream. In the dream, I was on a ship. And then there was a ship to the side. And then there was a ship in front. And I could see a person jumping from ship to ship, blowing the ships up. They were like blowing up in front of me. Then they got to my ship. So as soon as they got to my ship, that must have set off the explosion, because as I'm standing to the side, you know, like how you're standing on the side looking over on the ship, the explosion happened, and then I see water rushing in front of me. So I turn around and I'm running back inside. And when I run inside, I jump into a boat. There was a boat that I could jump into, and then I sat in the boat, and then all I saw was the water coming in, and I was rising with the water in the boat. And then I literally was like, whew. in the dream. And then I woke up and they told me, you averted disaster. Because you handled it, you saw the warning, and now you know what to do. You don't have to sink with the ship. Whoever was trying to take you down, they can't take you down. You're going to go ahead and you're going to float on, right? So trust this ancestor. Trust this ancestor. You'll be A-okay, all right? Now, the last part, it says what we will achieve if we consistently work together what will we achieve if we consistently work together to solve my problems or solve your problems? This is the 6 of Pentacles and the 7 of Water, okay? What you will achieve is you will always notice when someone is trying to get over on you, take advantage of you, or be selfish with you, okay? This is selfishness and jealousy. Here in the 7 of Water, this person has a lot of negative karma around them, and they're trying to give an offering, you know, to make this bad stuff stop. You know, and this could be people who notice that their life is negative without you, right? So they try to come back to you, you know, to make amends, because maybe that will change my karma or whatever's going on in my life. Take me back. You'll always notice that these people are still selfish, right? They still want to take advantage of you, even though they are dealing with the karma and learning the lessons of the negative things that they've done, all right? So with this energy, it says what will you achieve? You'll never be taken advantage of. You'll always be one step ahead, okay? You'll be able to receive and keep what belongs to you, all right? This is what you will achieve if you consistently work with this ancestor. This ancestor is very clever, very intelligent, very smart, and has a very strong mind. They've learned how to get over their own weaknesses, and they're going to help you do that too, but they're always going to show you when there is danger. It's not just about getting over on people. That ancestor learned that. Even if they did that in a negative way, they learned that it wasn't just, that's not my gift, not to get over on people. It's to see through people. It's like ask body. Before I, you know, try to get over what's negative in me, let me see what that's actually about, you know? Because if I recognize something in myself, I could recognize it in another person. And not only that, that skill and ability protected them, which they're trying to do for you. They're protecting you. Excuse me. They're protecting you, telling you you have a new beginning. Just reconcile your past and your present. Make balance in your life. Make way for new good things. You have to start thinking about how things are going to be better, how life is good, right? By using little tools or systems or hacks, you know, to put your mind in a better place. Remember, dare to dream. Just because something seems far away doesn't mean it's not on your path, okay? All right, guys, that's what I have for you. Those are the messages from your ancestors. I hope you enjoyed it. If the reading resonates, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. And if you want to book a personal reading, the link to book is in the description box below. All right, guys, see you.